What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only Use Me Blade.
And this is a podcast where we do nothing but audio, and we do that because you're a gamer, and we're gamers, and when we game, sometimes we listen to podcasts, and we wanted
or
to...
road trips or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever you're doing. The thing is, Blade, is I've been thinking about this all day, and we need to find a fan out there to bring on and set this thing up. I want to have my podcast, this podcast right here, on iTunes.
Okay.
So people, so you guys pretty much on your smartphone can just go onto the podcast. And as far as like, I understand that we like make a little bit of change over on the YouTube thing, but we could like get sponsors and stuff. Somebody contact me. They have a gaming website that they want to promote, kind of like Rogan does. You know, like Rogan gets the response. I think that's way better platform. But we need to find someone out there that knows how to do it. I don't know. It's confusing.
We will get on that. Let's get on with the show. So the big news that happened today. I hate to make it sound dated, but the E3 reveals of the new Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 happened today.
I seen like 2 seconds of it. I clicked on it. It was like, this is boring. It was some like army dude like running around in medieval times, and I was like, hey.
Yeah. Like, so, here's the thing. So I watched both, right?
Okay.
Watched the Xbox. I didn't watch all of them, but the thing that I like about these things, about when an event's going on, i.e., if basketball's going on or a Super Bowl's going on or something like that, I like the Twitter feeds.
Because everyone starts talking about it.
Everyone's talking about it. Now, I've only really been a part of two major things where everyone on Twitter was talking about it. And those two things was when we did the Billionaires Challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember when I wasn't playing during some of it, I would check my Twitter, and that's all the whole community was talking about.
Everybody was talking about Billionaires Challenge. Yeah.
And go ahead.
I would say the Bad Kid party that we did in Boston.
Yes, people talk about that one, but I was actually going to refer to the episode where we had White Boy and Wings on to discuss.
Oh yeah,
the Twitter drama about the suicide stuff. And
White Boy versus Wings. That was a good one. That video's gone.
The video's gone.
That's on that channel that we can't get back or whatever.
That's weak. But anyways, so when the E3 thing's going on, when they were talking about the Xbox One, I like that. I like going on my Twitter and like reading everyone's like fun, because it's like you're kicking it with them and you hear like funny ass remarks or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think the biggest moments on Twitter that I seen where the whole community jumped in and all of a sudden like everybody in COD community is talking about it had to been the Wings versus Syndicate.
Yeah,
like that was insane.
That was heavy. Yeah.
That was like the very beginning of Drama Alert. That was before Drama Alert had a name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, so and so, attention, blah blah blah, but the hashtag wasn't created then. And it was a tidal wave of everybody coming to Twitter to voice opinions. Another crazy moment was when in the MLG, that whole circuit, because I follow a lot of people over there, this dude pushed Nade Shot like after the match.
I remember that.
And Twitter was just like, oh, he punched him, because the commentator said that he punched him.
Yeah.
But it was really just a push.
I saw the video, and that was just like a little shove, like a little nerd shove.
But if you're not paying attention, right, to every little detail, and all of a sudden, because it was like in the background, and the commentator's like, oh, he just pushed Nade Shot, or punched Nade Shot. Yeah. Was there a punch? And like that, so people are like, whoa! Like,
punch nature, yeah. I was actually kind of disappointed with that one, because it was so hyped up. And then when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's bullshit. Next. But anyway, so
if there was ever a fight on the MLG COD like stage, like on main stage, let's say two players just got up and were like, fuck you, and just started swinging, right? That would put the MLG on the map. That everybody would be talking about it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why those dudes. I don't know why fights don't happen.
They're so protective. They're like, oh, it's bad for sponsors and blah 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 blah. You're not in the NFL, motherfucker. Yeah. Nowhere's near the NFL yet. Yeah. Like, get your name out there. Do something. We need some scandals up in this bitch.
So, this is what happened. So, Xbox One thing was going on in the morning, right?
Right.
And then 6 p.m. Pacific time, so it's 9 p.m., so it's a little bit late for us East Coasters, but we were still up. We're gamers, you know?
Yeah.
The PlayStation 1 comes on, and it from the get-go, it just sucks. They're talking about the PS Vita and new games coming out for the PS3. And we're like, no, we want to see the PS4. That's the whole point of us doing this, right?
Right.
Some of the games they showed were cool, and a lot of them were lame looking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the console like paused a couple times in the middle of them playing. Like it would like stutter.
What?
Yeah.
This is like E3, bitches. Get your shit straight.
So everyone thought that the PlayStation was, you know, kind of like, your time's done, bro. Like we're like, well, you've had your limelight. Your time's done. This is obviously Xbox One is shitting on yours, right? But then at the end of the whole presentation, right? Like the wrap up, the final speech killed it. Got him.
Like
right?
it was good?
Great. So
And this is from PlayStation.
yes, this is from PlayStation. So they pretty much break it down. They say, you know, with the PlayStation 4,
Right.
games on PlayStation 4, you're going to be able to play downloaded games that you had on PlayStation 3 and 2. You can play them on the new one. Okay?
Yeah.
And then
Because Xbox, you can't do that.
can't
and
do
people
that.
are freaking out.
no backwards compatibility. And then so they put up like this. They're like, if you have a game, you can give it away. Like he listed like 5 things you could do with it. Like you can give it away, you could sell it back to a retailer, you could keep it, you can destroy it, we don't care. Like you could once you own that, you can do whatever you want with it.
So you mean to say, like, I can take all my PlayStation 3 games over to my friend's house and he can download all the games?
I don't know how that works with old PlayStation. I know that games that are like downloaded, that you downloaded or whatever, you know? Because there's a lot of games on PS3 that people just download from the store, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know about backwards compatibility. It might be there, it might not. I don't know that answer.
Wait, you're saying you can sell the digital copy?
No, like
I'm so confused.
you can sell your physical copy.
So why is that a big deal? Explain it to me. I'm
Because
lost right now.
Because on Xbox One, you can't.
On Xbox One, if you get a copy of a game,
Yeah.
you can't give
There's
it
not
to
going to be
someone-
any. There's not going to be any used games anymore.
There's no used games.
There's no used games on Xbox One.
GameStop. Fuck.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate GameStop.
No, it's pretty much it's gonna like kill GameStop, right? So they basically just kept on taking these jabs at Microsoft, which is awesome because no company ever takes their competitor and like says why they're wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, they do that all the time. That's the what? You mean like you've never seen it so vocal?
so vocal, yeah. And they talked about like they basically like pumping everybody up, right? And then they dropped the price. The price was $400.
Oh,
It's $100 cheaper out the gate than the Xbox One. And have you been seeing this shit about? All right, so do you know on the Xbox One how it has like the Kinect version of Xbox One or whatever, right?
Right.
The Kinect's in there. It is always on even when you're powered off. It's always on, and it can do face recognition to see like when they show. Okay, like let's say you were like on YouTube.
Wait, it comes with a Kinect?
Yes.
Like built into
built
the machine.
into it. Yes.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, so listen to this. So Microsoft has these patents that basically say while it's viewing you, okay, like let's say you're watching TV through the Xbox One,
Okay.
and a commercial pops up, it will view you and view your facial expressions, and they can use that
For data to figure out how to run commercials against you.
exactly. And then also, this is the cool part about it. They have this thing.
I don't want an Xbox anymore.
Listen to this.
This is scary.
This is the coldest part, though. Okay, if you're watching something, let's say you bought a movie on Xbox, right?
Right.
And you're watching it. If it senses faces of people that aren't like registered users of the Xbox, like not a family member or something like that, it won't let you watch the movie.
What?
Yeah. For like, so the idea is that you can't buy a movie and have like all your friends watch it.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so can't you just put a sticker over the little lens of the Kinect?
You probably could.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would just be like, fuck this. I'm not
Dude.
using my Kinect.
Let's make Kinect cover up
Oh,
stickers.
You.
That's what I'm talking about.
Connect cover-up stickers. Get it at the BadKidCast shop right now. It's gonna be hot.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
I mean, I'm just saying now all that stuff I just said about the face things or whatever, that was like, I read this on this website but it like looked really legit and it made sense. You know what I mean?
Dude, when I get my Xbox One, I'm going to make a tutorial on how to block the Connect, and I'm going to like take a piece of tape like that's on the box and put it over it and make a whole tutorial about it.
That's crazy. But yeah, so it was a really a surge in the end. It was the Xbox One looked like it was a shit, and then later on in the day the PS4 was coming out, and it wasn't that good until the end. You know what I mean? Like, it really wasn't that. I can't really get that excited because they were showing like games I wouldn't play. Final Fantasy looks filthy. You know, I don't know. You ever play Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are your feelings on Grand Theft Auto?
I love Grand Theft Auto, but all right, here's the only way I can play Grand Theft Auto. If it's me and a bunch of friends running around and killing someone. If I get on Grand Theft Auto, I don't do any of the missions. Okay. Like, when I get the game, it sucks because I don't
You don't have anything unlocked.
I don't have anything unlocked, right? Because I literally can't do the missions. I want to get in cars. I want to run over people, get my stars up, and try to get away from the cops as long as I can.
Okay.
But then that gets boring, and I still can't talk myself into doing the missions, so I just quit. And that's the horrible thing. Now, if I get on Grand Theft Auto and there's a bunch of us all playing or whatever, I can play for hours.
Okay.
I'm golden.
New Grand Theft Auto's coming out September-ish.
Dude, the new Grand Theft Auto is insane looking.
Yeah.
That is insane. And it's on the Xbox 360 looking that good.
Yep, exactly. I'm interested in this, dude. So during the E3 thing, they talked about Grand Theft Auto, all right? Mm-hmm. They are releasing this special edition bundle. It's PlayStation 3 with Grand Theft Auto, like decal or some shit like that. The game and like a Grand Theft Auto headset, right?
Okay.
Now, I like those bundle packs. You know what I mean? Like when they have like a Modern Warfare 2 Xbox, or like, you know, you'll have like just a special edition bundle pack.
Right.
I think those are cool. But I would never like buy one and use it. Okay? I kind of want to buy those and just store it. Don't touch it.
Dude, I have...
Because imagine 10 years from now saying, I've got a PS3 Grand Theft Auto 5 exclusive bundle that never got opened.
I got a legendary pack that's 10 years old.
What is a legendary pack?
I have the legendary special edition of Halo 2 unopened.
Of Halo 2 unopened?
Of unopened, yeah.
Is it with the Xbox or just the game?
It's what do you mean?
Well, I'm talking about the bundles where they
actually... Does it come with the Xbox?
Yeah, like it's an actual Xbox.
No.
But it's still badass, though, unopened. Yeah. See, that's what... You know,
I bought a Halo 3 unopened legendary pack with the Xbox and with all that, and I fucking opened it one day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I wanted to play Halo 3, and I didn't... all of my discs were scratched except for that one, so I just fucking opened it.
Okay. That sucks.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to collect stuff like that. Like the Black Ops 2, they came out with a cool... Like, it looked like a toolbox. You know what I mean? Like, there was all kinds of shit in there. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to have that, you know? But it seems like a lot of money to drop for something that you're not going to see a comeback on for like 10, 15 years. And I'm not doing it to collect them. I'm doing it solely if they'd be collector items later on down the road.
I'm thinking, like, probably my Halo 2 Legendary Edition unopened is probably going to be worth about $5,000, like, when I'm older. Like, when I am an adult.
Yeah, exactly. Like, think about that. Like, why... Imagine if you know what I do now? When I buy DVD... Like, if I buy DVDs or Blu-rays, like, every once in a while I'll be at, like, Walmart or something and there'll be some deals or whatever.
Yeah.
When I buy a movie, whether it be a Blu-ray or DVD, I don't open it. Like, when I go back and, like, put it in my collection, you know? Mm-hmm. I don't open it. Because, like, a lot of people open them as soon as they... Like, if they buy a bunch of DVDs, they open them.
You know what I hate? And I did this to one of your DVDs that you sent me. Have you ever opened up a DVD and you're, like, ripping the plastic, but it's not the, like... plastic on the outside. It's the actual plastic that covers the piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that so many freaking times, and you freaking let me watch a movie. It was unopened. I fucking took my key to it, ripped the plastic open, and it fucking ripped the whole thing off. I was like, what the fuck?
What's interesting, though, is I've actually moved... Like, I used to be the type of dude... Like, I used to collect movies, you know?
Yeah.
And now, with the internet and how everything is, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really into it anymore, you know? Plus, it's a good amount of money. But I used to be the guy that I would buy, like, a DVD. And then, like, 4 years later, a special edition would come out. And then I'd be like, okay, let me get that. I'd buy like the special cool remastered edition.
Right.
And like I've probably bought Scarface like 4 or 5 times because they keep on coming out with better versions, you know?
What do you mean better versions?
Like, all right, Scarface on DVD when it first got released, it sucked. Like it was still a good movie, but the quality was crap. It was just like a quick like paste over. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But when they, you know, when they like remaster it and restore it like HD and stuff like that, like I have Scarface now on Blu-ray. It looks fucking amazing.
No shit.
Yeah.
What do they do? Enhance like every picture?
Yeah, like they go through it and digitally restore it.
How?
I don't know how that works, but they do it.
And
Like, you have to think, man. Like when you make a movie, right, and you have cameras, and it goes on that film reel, you know what I mean? It's in fucking pretty amazing shape. Even the older movies, you know. Mm-hmm. But when we start downloading, converting it, putting on DVD, and changing formats, and doing all that stuff, it like loses the quality. You know how like if you like like have to re-render a video 10 times, it's gonna look fucked up, you know?
But I'm just saying, if they go back to the original film and do everything and redo it so they get the best quality, they still have to, in order to make it look really good, they have to do something to it. They literally have to. It's like not even the same picture.
Well, that's actually an issue that some people have because like they've re-released. This is stupid. They've re-released black and white movies in
color
and did in color. It's like some fucking like art student is filling in an original thing that I want it to be as close to the original as possible. You know what I mean? I don't want you to add stuff to it. I want you to sharpen it, but don't add stuff to it. You know?
Well, if they make something in color, like that is like Casablanca. How sweet would it be for them to like convert that into color?
I think they did. I think that's the movie that they did.
Oh fuck! I want to see that.
Yeah, I think they did that.
That's such a good movie.
Casablanca. You know what?
I heard everybody talk about it, and I just happened to fucking stumble on it on TV one day and started watching it. I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
Except for Alfred Hitchcock movies, okay? The old movies, I don't know why I never really give them a chance. But I need to watch like the classics, like Casablanca.
You've never watched it?
No.
Oh my god!
I haven't seen Gone with the Wind.
I don't think I'd ever watch Gone with the Wind. I've never seen it either.
Yeah, but like Casablanca was huge. Gone with the Wind was huge.
I don't know. I don't know what time it is during this period where they made like Casablanca and where I think it's like the 50s, maybe 60s when they make these films. I don't know. Maybe it's even the 40s. But anyhow, I watched this one movie with Paul Newman, and he was like a cowboy, and he was like a bad boy, and he was trying to like save the ranch or some shit. I don't know. It was a really old film, and I just ended up fucking being on it. And every time I watch one of these old films, it makes me want to watch more old films, and I always forget to do it.
Well, I look at it like this. If you know, we see a lot of movies. Like, we see a lot of movies that come out. Sometimes we see shitty current day movies.
Yeah.
But, like, if a movie is on TV from the 50s or 60s, it's going to be good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Think about that. They're not going to put out, you know...
you know that famous line... Here's looking at you, kid.
Yeah.
That comes from Casablanca.
Yeah. I've seen everyone's referenced the end a million times. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Like
everyone's referenced the end a million times.
Well, you start watching it and you're getting into it. It starts off slow. And then towards the end, it's just like, wow. I don't know. I can't explain it. Yeah. You got to watch it.
Do you ever watch Hitchcock movies? Hitchcock is a G.
Okay, so I know there's people that are movie buffs that like know the directors. I never know the directors or who produced it or
that. Dude, if you start getting into movies, that's what you do because it's like it's almost like the author of a book. You know how when we talk about books, we talk about the author. That's why I always talk about the director.
Well, the one thing I do know is the dude that made that movie with Jamie Foxx, Durango, and the guy that made Kill Bill.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino. I like if I hear a movie that Quentin made it, like, I just know that I'm gonna like it.
Well, this is what's gangster about Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino is a huge movie buff, and he said before he started making movies, like there's interviews of him saying this, he was like, I don't want to make crap movies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I want to make 10 good movies, and that be my catalog.
Right.
And I think he did it. I think that's it.
He's done?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, well, he's been doing it for like 20 years, you know.
Well, what movies has he made? I know Kill Bill.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Reservoir Dogs.
I know I've seen it, but I can't remember anything about it.
Okay. Pulp Fiction.
I know I've seen it, but I can't remember anything about it.
Jackie Brown.
Don't know.
Don't know. You don't know Jackie Brown's good.
No.
In Kill Bill 1 and Kill Bill 2.
Seen them both.
Inglourious Bastards.
Didn't see it. Maybe have.
I'm trying to think what are the other movies he did.
Django.
Let's take a commercial break.
And we'll find out what movies Quentin Tarantino made. We'll be right back after this. All right, so we just got back from watching Casablanca. No, because you know how every time we come back on break, we're like, yeah, we've been gone for like 3 hours.
We get scatterbrained, we start like doing other things.
This time we actually didn't watch Casablanca. It's only been probably like 10 minutes on our break. And we looked for the top 10 movies from Quentin Tarantino, like what he's done, but we couldn't find it. We came up with what he liked the most, and one of them was Good, the Bad, the Ugly with, that guy.
Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
So the movies that I named, the only one I forgot was Death Proof. And it says he's directed like 17 movies, right? But
right.
He, as far as him doing the directing, he's done like 8. All right? But like he's worked with other people and made movies. Like he worked on From Dusk Till Dawn, you know, he worked on with Michael Rodriguez. And he worked on some other, like, have you ever seen the movie 4 Rooms?
No, I haven't.
4 Rooms is amazing. Would you like me to tell you about it?
Sure, what is it about? 4 rooms?
It is about 4 rooms. Each room is directed, each segment basically is cut into 4 parts, you know?
Okay.
Each segment is directed by a different director.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. And what it's about Tim the Bellhop, who he basically gets a job at this hotel and has to tend to a room that's giving him problems. He thought it was just going to be super easy. New Year's Eve can be super easy. In each room, a shitty situation happens in each room.
Okay.
And they're kind of intertwined, but it just shows how shitty of a night this bellhop has. And it's pretty fucking awesome. Quentin Tarantino directs one of them. Michael Rodriguez does another one. I'm trying to remember who did the other one, but it's fucking awesome. Like, all-star cast, fucking hilarious.
I will have to check that out. Mm-hmm. Speaking about film and TV shows and stuff like that, I suggested on our prior podcast that we should go out in the woods and like do for survival.
Yeah.
And did you read the comments?
Yes, I read the comments.
What did the comments say?
Well, of course, people are okay. Here's why I don't think they're valid. This is why I don't think they're valid, because I don't think there's more people that want to see me out in the woods starving, you know,
right?
Than there are. There might be other people that say no, don't do that, but they're the people that probably wouldn't comment and say don't.
No, the people that are commenting want to see that. We are an entertainment show. They want to be entertained. And the other thing they said, all right, and the other thing that they said is that an overwhelming amount of numbers, right, that they love the fucking music video.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. The people that think the music video is stupid are not commenting. They're not. They're not a vocal bunch. They're not a vocal bunch. The people that like the music video are.
Look, we gave everybody a chance in the last podcast. We were like, look, if you don't like the music video, tell us. There was not one comment that said, I hated the music video, do not upload it. There seriously was not even one. There was like 600 comments on that video. There's not one comment. I read every single comment.
What I'm saying is that my people.
No, your people leave comments on your videos, bro.
I understand that, but like, I don't think that the anti.
What is so wrong with you being a part of a music video that people love? What is so bad about that?
Because it was a horrible music video.
They love it.
Fine.
They love it. They really
Fine.
do. I'm trying to convince you.
Fine. Well, I don't personally like it.
That's fine, but you got to understand the populace loves it. Loves it.
I don't agree that the populace loves it. I think that the people that do love it are more vocal than the people that don't love it.
When we first uploaded it, right? There were a few comments that were like, this is shit.
Yeah.
But overwhelmingly, there was love on it. And you were like, this is horrible. Then I re-uploaded it. The same thing happened, right? Nothing but love. They demanded it back before we even uploaded. The only reason why we thought of an idea to upload it is because people begged for us to do it. And now I just suggest it and it gets hammered. Oh, you know what someone did to me in the comments? You know, I said I read every single freaking comment that people leave me.
Yes.
They don't believe me. I have videos that have 13,000 like comments on them. I've read every one, but somebody left a comment on our last podcast, and they were like, just to prove Keemstar doesn't reply or doesn't see every comment, reply to this comment, right? Mm-hmm. But what the fan base did is everybody hit like. Because they agreed with him, so it ended up being top commented. So I saw it.
Yeah,
I replied to him. You know.
You know what? Think about that, bro. Wait a second. You know what? In my messages on my YouTube inbox, it'll say the number of messages is always people messaging me, and then also you've got to comment on this video, and then you've got to comment on that video, and vice versa.
It gets confusing.
Now, what if I were to go on my channel, right? And let's just go back the last 20 videos.
Right.
Go, last 20 videos, open them all up in tabs, go through and read every single one and respond to everyone that's a question.
Everyone that's a question?
Everyone that's a question.
That would be freaking awesome. People would be like, wow.
Now, that would kill your feed.
Yeah, but here's the thing. All right. When you reply to a lot of comments, this is what I'm wondering, right? Mm-hmm. Does it show, does that person get a notice? Let's say they leave a...
Oh, if you left a comment and I reply to your comment, yeah, it'll say, you'll get a notification.
Oh, you get a notification.
Not a notification, but like if you go to YouTube and look at your inbox.
I don't use YouTube the correct way. I've never used YouTube as a viewer. That's why I don't understand how sub boxes and all that stuff work.
Okay, yeah. So, like, I see Thunder. First off, I have a thing on my YouTube that it just shows my subscription only. Okay, that it just shows what's in the sub boxes. That's it.
Dude, I need to just go to my computer one day and be like, all right, look, I'm going to be a normal person on YouTube. Which channels do I really want to subscribe to and watch every single video? And sub to them and try to use YouTube the correct way so I can understand the viewer better. Because I don't understand them. Because I don't use YouTube like that.
Well, here's the thing. People use YouTube differently. So there's no way to know what every viewer, how they view it. Some people only do it on their phone. Some people have it so that they see everything, like every time someone likes and see all that stuff. And that's when the feeds get fucking cluttered, you know?
Dude, they need to fucking you know what they need to do? They need to purchase Twitter. Right? And intersync the two.
No.
Why? It would be so perfect.
No, because you can already kind of sync it. Like, I have it so whenever I like a video or upload a video, it pops up, and I Only Uplay did this, you know?
No, like, imagine this, right? Imagine if every YouTube channel had a Twitter feed, right?
They pretty much do.
Okay. Now, imagine if the comment section isn't YouTube and it's Twitter, right? Every time you tweet, it automatically goes at that channel name. You know what I'm saying? So the whole conversation is right there.
Oh, so the YouTube comments become Twitter. I would love that.
You know what I mean?
If the YouTube comments became Twitter viewable, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They'd every single one of them would like come in and you could see them as they're coming in while people are saying. You could respond to them on Twitter and it would respond on the video.
On video. That'd be okay. I agree with that. That'd be awesome.
If you intersync the two of them.
Because here's the thing. Every app mention that comes to me on Twitter, even if it's busy, I still read everything.
Right.
I still read everything. For a while there, I tried to do this thing where let my fans know, to let my viewers know that I read everything on Twitter, that every tweet at me I would favorite it, because then it will notify them. So that's like me telling you that yes, I acknowledge that I read this.
Right.
But that got really old really fast.
Like people got mad?
No. I'm saying from my end, when I would read something on Twitter,
I'd favor it, and then they'd ask, "Oh, thank you for favoring me," like that type of shit.
Well, that would happen too, but it seemed like I was favoriting so many. It just got old having a favorite every single time I read something. I could read something, and
Why? It's just a click.
I don't know. On my phone, it's like you have to like do like two things.
Oh, on your phone.
Yeah, you have to do like two things on it. It's annoying. But I don't know. I've thought about that, about reading, because I have this feeling that the viewers don't have a voice.
Dude, so all the time someone makes a video and they fucking @sign me, and because they want me to see it, right?
Yeah.
And I see the video, but because I didn't leave a like on it, or because I didn't leave a comment, and because I didn't tweet it out, then they think somehow I didn't see it, right? So they get a little bit more eager. They send me another message. Then they send me another one.
You know what I do? If someone makes an @video to me, and if it's not something I want to necessarily share, what I do is I just reply to them on Twitter. So the only people that see it are people that follow me and the person that followed them.
Right. And
that's
like
it.
No one.
But here's the thing though, they're not expecting that. They're expecting a like or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
People say that all the time. They're like, well, you didn't like it, so how do we, you don't even acknowledge your fans. I'm like, no, I did. Look, I talked to them. What I hate when people like say, let's spam this person to get their attention. And I'm like, okay, you got my attention.
You know what I do all the time?
What?
Like if I'm getting into a fight with someone or I'm talking to someone,
Yeah.
I'll like @sign, like I'll say something, then @sign them, so all my fans like jump in. I do that all the time.
I hate that. You know what? I think I made a tweet about this, but this is how I.
I get that.
Yeah, this is how I look at that. When you do that, right? Because it's already a conversation of me talking to you, talking to you, back and forth. There's already a conversation there, right? And the only people that know about it are people that follow the overlapping people that follow both.
But you can't hate that because that gives you a level of exposure that you don't have.
But the thing is like but if you're having a conversation with somebody, even though it is public, when you put that little thing in front of it, you're basically saying it so loud that everyone in the group, that everyone of your people hear it. Because I'd be reading your things and you'll be like, yeah, I don't do anything wrong, and you're the one that's crying over nothing @somebody. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you will start the tweet off like it's a tweet to everybody, right? You won't even do the period at the person, right? You will do the entire tweet and include them at the end. And so I'll be reading your tweets and like, well, what the fuck are these? Oh, okay.
Because you know how it starts off, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when it's a little guy, right? I'm sitting there and I'm like having a debate with this little guy or whatever. And then it's just like, all right, look. I can sit here and go back and forth with this dude, or I can notify everyone that's following me that I'm battling with this dude, and they're going to jump in and beat this dude for me, So
I've thought of something, man. What if you were to... I know that... it's funny that you have all these channels, but you only have one Twitter, right?
Right.
You just use one Twitter. You can have multiple Twitter accounts.
You couldn't manage that shit.
Okay.
And the thing is listen, I would have to be role changing 24/7. Like, bam, I'm on the Thrust channel or Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, dude, let's do a trick shot, 360 no scope. Yeah, cross math, yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Yeah, we're gonna have a recruitment challenge, whatever. And then fucking bam, fat channel where I gotta be like this clan leader. Then my fucking drama alert channel.
Okay.
Too much.
Hear me out, okay? Now, sometimes when I'm playing, there will be a person in the lobby.
Too much.
No, hear me out. There'll be a person in the lobby that is a fucking scumbag.
Too much?
Like,
I was like purposely trying to fuck you up. All right, go. There's a person in the lobby.
So there'd be a person in the lobby that is just a scumbag. Okay. Now, I could take yelling on the mic. I could just mute you. You know what I mean? If you camp, whatever, that's part of the game. But sometimes people have, like, modded controllers. Okay? Or, like, a wall hack where you can, like, see through everything. Or an aimbot. Or something really super douchey.
Right.
you play in a certain way, whatever. But like, as far as you cheating, I just want to sick my viewers on them. Okay?
Right, of course.
So, or if I know I can get reactions out of someone, it would be cool to have my fans send them messages, kind of like we do like the.
Dude, I so want to build an internet army again.
Here's what I'm saying though. If you make, if you make like a separate Twitter, right? Just one extra Twitter, that's it. And all you do on that Twitter is tweet out gamer tags that you want your fans to like go fuck with.
Right.
You wouldn't be spamming your fans. You would only be spamming the people that are down to do that. Okay?
Yeah.
So you don't get all the hate, like, oh, you're just using your fans as an army or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like I'm trying to send all my followers there, but the people that want to follow, that want to, like, you could team up with other commentators. You know what I mean? And just get it all on the Twitter. And the only thing on that Twitter, no opinions, no check out my videos, no none of that. The only thing on that Twitter is gamer tags of people that are being fucking douchebags that deserve to get bombarded.
Dude, I was like the first one that ever come up with this, dude. I don't know, it may have happened before me, but we would get a live stream going with like 1,000 people, and we'd all spam somebody on a fucking gamer tag, and we'd get the reaction live, and they're like, holy fuck, and we tell them we're getting hacked and stuff.
Why couldn't you do that same thing with Twitter?
Well, you can do it from Twitter. I've done it from Twitter. I just tweeted out, hey, spam this gamer tag.
Yeah.
But what I'm worried about right now is I'm trying to do pranks and trolls that are hilarious, but nobody gets hurt. No one's really offended.
That's true.
And since I've been so cautious with being such an asshole, I haven't been banned. Like Eugene Yackle, what the fuck does that guy do?
Yeah.
Account banned. Troll Munchies banned. Pretty much everybody that is in trolling right now is getting banned left and right. I haven't had the issue yet. I haven't had a problem.
Imagine buying an Xbox One and then getting like console banned.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen to someone, and that's $500. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm seriously wondering, what am I to do? Am I to get a PlayStation? Like, what? I don't know what the online communication's everything for what I do. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what anyone says. If the online communications are better on the PlayStation, I'll switch. But here's the thing. I think Skype is now integrated in the Xbox. Like, all the communications through Skype. Yeah. Skype is a beautiful system, and everything should be way more clear as we've ever heard it before. But the problem is, how the fuck can any YouTuber use Skype knowing the security risks? You know what I mean?
On the PlayStation.
On the Xbox.
Yeah.
The Skype is owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
So they're integrating it into the Xbox One. So you're no longer in like game chat. You're in a Skype chat with someone. You know what I mean? You gotta.
Okay. They didn't talk about this during E3, but I'm not trying to start a console war or anything like this. But if you look at PlayStation 3 versus Xbox 360, the online experience from a person that's used both is better
on Xbox.
On Xbox, okay. Everyone gets a mic. All right. So whenever you buy an Xbox, it comes with a mic, and most people upgrade it and get a headset or whatever. Not most people, a lot of people do. So, but there's always going to be more people with microphones, and it just seems clearer on Xbox than it does on PS3.
Fucking totally.
Yeah,
totally.
So they didn't address it. They didn't talk about it. They didn't announce it. So I'm going to assume that it's going to be the same thing on the new one.
You know what I like?
I'm getting an Xbox One off the gate because first off, it comes out before it. Like it releases before the PS3 or PS4. My bad. But also, Call of Duty Ghost is going to be on there, and they're going to have like the DLC early. And typically, they make that game for Xbox.
Wait, I don't understand. Like, when these new consoles come out, do they come out like in October before the release of Black Ops 2 and all that?
No, this one, Xbox One's coming out like November.
Is it coming out after it? Because that would suck. You'd have to buy 2 copies.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing: as a YouTuber, I'm gonna end up buying it. You know what I mean? But I don't know what like.
Oh my God! I'm gonna make the phone call to my contact.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna see if we can buy Xbox Ones now from him. We'll probably get them like 3 days early.
Okay.
Or maybe a week early. We'll buy that shit now from him and buy the game. So the minute that we'll have the shit 2 weeks before it comes out.
Shit, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. That's some after podcast talk.
Oh yeah, my dude, I got that hookup.
I don't know why people do that. Whenever they get like the early stuff, I don't know why they
throw it in a blender.
yeah. Why do you throw that shit
We
in?
re-uploaded that, didn't we?
Yep.
No shit.
No, we didn't re-upload that one. We re-uploaded me going into GameStop's trying to return it.
Dude, I gotta upload the music video. You know, I watched it yesterday after we were talking about it. I watched it, or maybe was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. And I just laughed my ass off. I just cannot stop laughing. It's fucking great. It is such a great thing.
Yeah.
We need to talk about something else. We've been talking about gaming nonstop and the YouTube channel. I think we should get into a little different conversations. We're going to be right back after this. And we are back. So basically, the thing that I was showing you until my laptop died was this place called Oak Island, right?
Okay.
And on Oak Island, they found a weird like formation or whatever, and they started digging a little bit, and there were like these wooden platforms in the ground. This is like an abandoned island with nothing on it, right?
Okay.
So like, fuck, dude, there's something buried under here. So they started digging down, and like every 5 feet, there's like wooden platforms. And they're like, where the fuck is this wood? You know what I mean? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And then they like went down and they started finding like coconut fibers. And this is like in Canada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's odd.
So how did they get there? So what they were thinking is like pirates got there and buried this treasure. And there's like all these booby traps down there. 6 people that have tried to get down there to get the gold or whatever have all died.
Okay, that's...
And yeah, it's the treasure hidden on Oak Island, and it's called the Money Pit, and no one has got the treasure yet.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's got to be some dude that like has the operation digging there.
The thing is, it fills up with water. What they did to hide the treasure, which was brilliant, is they built like, you know how the middle of the island's higher than sea level?
Yeah.
They built like underground like pipes to all different corners of the water. So when people go down there to get the treasure, it like fills up and drowns them. Yeah. I'm serious.
I'm sorry for laughing at that idea, but that's fucked up.
Yeah, they were smart as fuck, and there's like, I don't know, like arrows that would shoot at you and shit.
I
There's
gotta
all
think
kinds
if there's some kind of treasure, I'd be down to go for it. But like, if people have died because of it, I'm like,
so many people have died trying to do this. I think it's like 6 people. I don't know. And it's crazy because it's like 2013 and they still have not got the treasure. I don't understand why.
Yeah, like we got shit that just blow up an island.
You know what they did? They went and took paint. They fucking threw like paint down there because there's water and shit down there.
Yeah.
They threw paint down there, and the paint came out on 3 different sides of the island.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that's how they know that there's these fucking like ravines in there to flood the fucker.
That's nuts. That's crazy. So, Kate Upton.
Oh, you want to talk about Kate Upton?
Sure, go for it.
I was actually just inside taking a poop.
Nice.
And I was waiting because Melissa was in the bathroom. And while I was waiting, there was that guy. What the fuck is his name? He played in Arthur.
Oh, that dude.
He used
Russell
to date,
Brand.
Yeah, Russell Brand used to date Katy Perry. He was being interviewed, and he's like this huge activist now. He was on CNN. He was this big activist for the whole situation going on with Turkey right now, where Turkey's like in revolt, you know, trying to revolt against the government or whatever. And he was talking about it, and she said to him at some point that he was being Upton, or I don't know what the term Upton is. It's like slang term for something. And he goes, Upton? He goes, what is Upton? And she goes, oh, it's a slang term. And she goes, oh, well, I've been in a couple Uptons. He like basically said he fucked Kate Upton, like
crazy.
on CNN. and nobody caught it. I don't think. You guys got to look that up. Russell Brand on, I don't know, it's that bitch with the brown hair that used to do the money stuff on CNN. Yeah, dude, they're bringing in, CNN is turning in to like reality shows and shit.
Why?
Dude, they have. First of all, the guy that they have on there is fucking awesome. I can't think of his name, but he goes all around the world. He's like an old dude, smokes cigarettes and shit. Goes all around the world and drinks beers from everywhere. And
you're talking about? I know you're talking
Anthony
about Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, he's the shit.
He's awesome. Yeah,
I fucking love him. So they got his show on there. They got some other show. I can't think of what it is. And now they brought that Canadian, like, do you know who, what the fuck is his name? Daly. He used to do TLC on the fucking MTV.
Oh, Carson Daly.
Carson Daly. Like, Canada has their own Carson Daly. It's this guy that interviews all the stars and stuff.
Carson Daly's looked the same for like 20 years.
Yeah, something's fucked up with that.
Yeah.
That dude has not changed a bit.
Yeah.
Scott
Scott watches The Voice, so he's like an announcer on that. I'm like, damn, he looks the fucking same.
He's been fucking down in those carlogen pills or whatever the fuck they're called.
Well, you know what? He's not a partier. Like, the thing is that he hangs out, like, he's really into music and shit, so he's almost like a historian on music, even though he came up on some bullshit with, like, MTV or whatever.
Right.
But, like, when he used to, they used to have, like, the Tonight Show, then the Late Show, and then, like, the After Hours show. He would do, like, the last one, and he'd interview all these bands all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he's really, but he's not a partier. Like, remember he was dating Tara Reid from American Pie?
How? She's like a party animal.
I know, they were dating earlier, and then they fucking broke up, and she said he had a tiny dick. That's fucked up to say some shit like that.
When you're a star?
When you're a star, yeah. But here's the thing, though, like, anybody, like, when people break up, they're like, fuck them, you know what I mean? Like, it's
right.
Like, you know, but it's kind of shitty to say that, like, publicly, you know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I always thought it would be that it's, like, ironic that, like, after a guy and a girl have been together for, like, over a year, right?
Yeah.
She comes out with some shit like, oh, he had a little dick. Well, you stayed with him for a year. Like,
yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, and plus, it's one of those things, and, you know, I think girls do this more than dudes do, but, like, dudes would be like, oh, yeah, like, you know, her pussy, you can, like, throw a hot dog down a hallway. Like, her shit was loose as fuck. So one dude made a good fucking point. He was just like, "Oh, that dude had a little dick." He's like, "No, maybe your fucking vagina's too big, bitch." You ever think of that?
We don't have a fit here. Yeah. So I don't know. I want to get that treasure, and actually, kind of the basis of my movie idea is around that. The fucking, you know what is the best shit in the world?
What?
The best movies are movies where there's fucking treasure and they're going to get the treasure. I fucking love those movies.
You know, a movie I've been thinking about and I need to rewatch it is A Simple Plan.
I've never seen it.
A Simple Plan is about, I vaguely remember it. Basically, it's about an airplane that crashes and there's like $3 million in it. Mm-hmm. And these three people come across it and they are basically trying to keep the money but get away with like something that looks like it could be a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Fargo?
I don't know. I wanted to tell you like a real life story that happened.
Go for it.
All right. This name was called DB Cooper. I don't know. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but it was something Cooper. I think it was DB Cooper, right?
Okay.
And basically, back in the day, like back in the 60s and stuff, if they had to move like a lot of money, they'd have to like fly it from the East Coast to the West Coast or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So they're actually flying money in Seattle, Washington to like California, something like that. Over the woods, over the vast forest, this dude held up the plane, right? Threw all the money out the plane and jumped off with a parachute. All right? And they never found him and they never found the money.
That's crazy.
And there's been that one. Do you remember that movie? It was a comedy, Up the River Without a Paddle. Yeah, that's based on them trying to find his money.
That's crazy. Yeah. The movie, not the movie, the TV show Prison Break. In the beginning, they base that off of this old dude that's in there. Everyone thinks that he's DB Cooper.
Really?
Yeah.
So his name is DB Cooper.
Yeah, because that's why I remember that name from watching Prison Break.
Dude, I love history. Is so fucking good. I love fucking history.
Have you watched the Cocaine Cowboys documentary yet?
The reason why I watched it, but for the most part, recently I've gotten to films. All right. For the last, I don't know, 8 years of my life, I watched nothing but documentaries in the History Channel religiously. The History Channel sucks these days, though.
Yeah.
The History Channel is like nothing but fucking reality shows. It's
stupid.
Garbage.
You know what
You know what they did? They did exactly what MTV did. They made a fucking History Channel 2 that's like back to the educational stuff.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched this thing about it was about mob wives. It was on the History Channel. Okay. And the way Mob Wives works, it's not a reality show, but what they do is they kind of do it documentary style about the whole situation.
Okay.
And so this girl who wasn't really shit, like she nothing special, you know what I mean? She was pretty, but she wasn't like she had like a rough up and comings or whatever. She was poor, and she met this dude, this fucking mobster dude, and they got married, and he provided for the longest.
Right.
But he didn't tell her what he did. Like, he was like a mafia dude.
Okay.
And so then it's the whole situation where he ends up going to prison, and she just takes his money and like looks like the poor victim. And I'm just like, I don't feel sorry for you, because first off, if your spouse is doing some felonious stuff, like
right.
if you know that your spouse is a mobster, she claims she didn't know. But it's just like
she has to, otherwise she'll go to jail.
Yeah. So apparently she didn't know, or sure it made it sound like she didn't know or whatever. And then the dude like lost everything and like went to prison, and now she doesn't even like let the dude the dude got out and she doesn't let him see his kid or anything like that. But they did it as if like I'm supposed to feel sorry for her, like she's like the victim. I'm like, you didn't do anything. Like, I don't understand, like, why you think you should, like, win, like, the husband lottery if you don't do anything.
Right.
And then, if it goes away...
So she has all this money because of him living a life of crime.
Yeah.
Right? And she is mad at him?
Yeah.
Why doesn't she just give up all her money that she's acquired and then be mad?
Oh, no. I mean, she's not that angry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not letting him see his kids? Like,
yeah,
how about he doesn't let you eat? Like,
well, he went to prison, though.
So? How did they eat? How did they eat? How do they fucking
Oh, that's what it was. Then she had to, like, get, like, jobs. Like, that was her hardship, that she had to, like... She basically went on this thing where for, like, 5 years she worked, like, 3 jobs and raised the kid. And that was like her trauma or some shit like that. I'm like, working? Like, I understand that you're okay. That is actually a law that happens with marriages. So if you marry a girl and like you live a nice lifestyle, like during the marriage, the wife is actually entitled to still continue living the lifestyle that she lived when she was married.
Right. I don't understand why people get married. Like, if you're not religious, which I'm not religious, there's no point to get married whatsoever. It's a business merger. The only way I would get married is if, like, you know, I was marrying some bitch that had, like, billions of dollars.
Well, that's what it becomes. It becomes a business transaction.
That's all it is it's a bit. It's actually, marriage is a business merger.
Yep. And the only benefit of there are some benefits of being married.
Right.
For whatever reason, like for your insurance, for your taxes and all kind of stuff, the government would like you to be married and would like you to have kids. You know what I mean? Like, be that so-called good person in society. So they give you tax breaks. They give you insurance breaks. They give you all these breaks. Like, there's some people, you know, I mean, there's like welfare bitches that try to have as many kids as possible because they get X amount of dollars from the government.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there is a small benefit of that, but I've lived with enough roommates in my life that I trust me, and I don't want to be responsible for I don't know, it just I'd be a stay-at-home dad.
It's a proven fact. Poverty equals more crime. It's a proven fact, right? So what I hate about our government is our government says, look, if you have children and you can't take care of them, the government will give you money, right?
Yeah.
That type of thing, right? The government doesn't put a limit on it. Like, if we're gonna help families in need, then you're not allowed to have more than 2 children. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can't have more than 2 children.
I totally agree
Because
with that.
what happens is, let me finish this because
Okay.
I need to get back to the original point. What happens is when you create all these people out of poverty, you know, for the most part, they're raised in poverty. Not too many people escape that and move on. A lot of people do. I'm not saying it's impossible, but
Yeah.
a lot of people stay within that poverty means and then create another family, which is another multiplier. And the
Yeah.
problem just keeps getting worse. So as there's more poverty and more people, there's more crime. So you actually help society and you help everyone. I think this personally, when it comes to work and like taking care of yourself, you do more of a justice by not helping because that person has to rely on themselves. You know, we are the greatest species on Earth. We're humans. We have the ability to adapt to any situations and we have the ability to take care of ourselves.
Yep.
The people that don't are just plain lazy. And I can't stand that. I can't stand
Well, here's
that.
the thing. No one is allowed to tell someone else you can't have a kid. Okay?
Right.
I'm not a woman, so I don't know the feeling, but like you can't tell someone that. It just
But
doesn't
you
work.
should be able to. That's what I'm saying. You should be able to. There should be some type of limit. Like when you
How about this? Here, I got a good compromise then, okay? For that situation, I can't tell you to not have fucking 20 kids, okay? But as far as the government helping us out, we will only help you out on the first 2. If you continue to make stuff after that and you don't support yourself, go for it.
Dude, we're overpopulated. We're way overpopulated. You start flying like over the country, right?
Yeah.
All this beautiful land, and then you come to a city and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like that
Well,
looks like mold on a
but-
piece of bread.
But dude, the thing is though, is that when you're in a plane and you look over, right, or when you drive, we drove from Seattle to Buffalo, right?
Right.
A lot of that is just there's nothing going on there. It's just a road. It's like 40 miles to the next gas station. There's nothing really going on.
Oh, there's a lot of land, but what I'm saying is that there's too many people.
Yeah.
If you knock the world's population in half,
Mm-hmm.
just knocked in half. Let's say a plague rolls through, kills half the people, right, on the planet. The other half survive.
Yeah.
Dude, life is going to be so much easier. There's too many people. Like, I feel like I cannot breathe. When I go to the store, I went to Walmart the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Walmart on a fucking Sunday. And it was so fucking packed. It was unbelievably packed. It was ridiculous. Like, you couldn't move in the fucking store. And I'm like, this is a giant fucking store. This is Walmart.
Well, then you need just if you want to do that. See, you were born on like a farm though, weren't you? Like
Yeah.
you worked at a farm.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Yeah,
so
I was
like,
born there.
you could go to places like that. You know what I mean? Like you can move to a fucking place where there's only 100 people in the town.
There's just too many people. Do you know that they can't feed? There's not enough food to feed every human being right now. Like, you know how like we have extra food here, people throw food away?
Yeah.
If you were to give all that food to all the starving people, all the excess, there still wouldn't be enough to feed everyone.
That's crazy.
They're 2,000 calories a day. It's a giant problem.
Yeah.
It's a giant problem. And it's not going to get any better. Actually, you know, I think like the more here's the perfect example of why having smaller families is the correct method. The more advanced the civilization becomes, the less that civilization multiplies. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you take third world countries or even second world countries, right? They're having like still like 15 kids each.
Yeah. That is,
You know what I mean? You go to like Sweden, England, stuff like that. People are having like 1 kid or no kids or 2 kids.
Yeah.
You know, there's not these crazy numbers. Like when we as Americans hear that somebody had, like if you know somebody that had fucking 8 brothers and sisters or some shit, right? You're like, that's insane,
That's
right?
so
We
crazy.
think that.
Yeah.
But in like a second world nation or a third world nation, that's just normal. That's the norm.
That's crazy. Like, that is true though. I do think that, you know, I don't want to say well-to-do, but like, it seems like the people that should be having kids aren't having kids, and the people that shouldn't be having kids are having hella kids.
Yep. And not only that, but the only reason why I want to have one kid, another reason why I only want to have one kid, is because all my focus, all my energy, every wisdom I can teach can go to one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can focus on one. I'm sure I could, manage many kids, but again, I feel like I didn't want to have any kids. I really didn't. Now that I'm father, like, fucking couldn't take it back for the world. But yeah, I don't. I think people should have one kid. You would help out the world so much by having one kid. It's too many people, dude. You need air.
If you think about it, if every couple has 2 kids, okay, and that's it,
then the population can't, like, boom.
The population wouldn't boom. It would just be, give one, take one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what?
Well, as you were saying that, I was thinking, like, if people only had 2 kids, right? What if one of them had, like, Down syndrome? You know what I mean?
Why would you?
And then I started thinking. I just thought of that, and then I started thinking after my mind went there. Then I was like, I wish we could go back to. This is really fucked up for me to say.
Yeah.
But imagine if we can go back to Sparta days where there was like no handicaps, no deaf people, no blind people. Like if you didn't fit the bill, you were gone, so you couldn't breed and fuck with the gene pool. Because that's the correct way.
I'm interested in this. Okay. If 2 blind people have a child, is that child blind?
There's so many different ways that people could be blind, and I think
you don't think that's a genetic thing, like
I'm pretty sure that it's like,
and most of the time when someone is
otherwise there'd be like a blind race. You know what I mean? That doesn't
true.
work. Blind people, they fuck and then they have normal kids.
Okay, I didn't know if that was. I'm not trying to be insensitive.
You know what's weird? 2 freaking midgets can like hook up and have a real life baby.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like a fucking normal person
that's
you
like
wouldn't know.
That'd be like like in ratio sense, that'd be like a normal person having a 20-pound kid. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's true.
But when people, have several kids, the only way for that to work out is you need to have people that don't have kids. But I think that once you go past 2, it's like it seems like you go from 2 to 6. You know what I mean? Like there's not like a whole lot of in between there. Like once you.
Right.
I've always thought that like 2 was like the standard thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like in my day, right, when I was a kid growing up, a lot of families had 2 to 4 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now like people my age that I know that have kids, they have like 1 to 3.
Dude, when I see,
so I've
talked about this on the podcast before, so I'm not going to go into it. But like, I've seen like dads, when they have like a whole caravan full of kids,
and they look so miserable, so miserable,
just at the subway with a stack of cups, filling up the cups for all.
Dude,
of the
I
kids.
have one kid, and sometimes Mia gets me completely because she's a troll.
Yeah, she is.
She's a troll. She'll just go around and try to annoy you any way she can. Like, I gotta tell this story. I know I already told you, but I think it's funny for the podcast. I'm on my electric skateboard, right? I'm in the kitchen, driving back and forth. I fall on the thing, right? And I'm like, ow! Like, I hit my elbow hard on the ground. So I'm laying there with my eyes closed, like, motherfucker, that hurt, right?
Yeah.
I open my eyes, and there's Mia standing above me with a water squirter, squirting me in the face, like an empty Windex bottle filled with water to spray the plants.
Yeah.
She's got a thing, she's spraying me in the face. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was so shocked, and then at the same time, I'm like, that's such an amazing troll. Like,
yeah. No, she's
crazy.
No, it's an awesome kid though.
Dude, she just gave me the best idea ever. Like, I have a brand new hashtag that I'm about to unleash on the world because of Mia. Mia starts singing this song. She goes something about the daddy finger and the mommy finger and the brother finger and the sister finger and the baby finger. And I'm like, what is this song? So she wanted me to look it up on YouTube because this kid on her iPad, like she's about to be 4, right? She goes on her iPad and she figures out how to like watch YouTube cartoons.
Okay.
And then they always link, like, you know, recommend it for you because that's all she watches.
Yeah.
So she can sit there and watch cartoons all day on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Like nonstop. And there's this one video if she does the things right that she can get to this thing, but she couldn't figure it out. She couldn't figure out how to get to this certain video.
Okay.
So she's like, please help me find it. So I find the thing, I'm watching it, and what it is, it's a cartoon, and it's showing the fingers, and the middle finger is the brother finger. So my new hashtag is brother finger. Like, I tweeted
I'd have to see the cartoon.
Well, let's watch it.
Okay. And I'm going to show you the mall whore one.
The mall whore one.
I'll show you the mall whore one. We'll be right back.
See ya. All right, and we are back. That was so stupid.
Can I explain that for a second?
All right.
All right. So, I found, this was several years ago, I found a porno when I was surfing online, right? Of a girl named Donita Dunes. Okay? And at the beginning of the porno, it's her sitting in like a latex, like bra and panties type thing.
And like the typical like guy from the 80s walks in.
This is like an early 90s. It's not quite 80s. It's like early 90s. That's the feel.
Like the guy walks in and he's like, "Hey, we're supposed to go to the mall. Why are you Why are you dressed like that?"
She asked, she's like, "Honey, can I have some money so I can go to the mall?" And he's like, "You're going to go to the mall just like that?
Yeah.
Like a fucking whore?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then he goes, "Well, I don't know. Whenever I see a girl dressed up like you, I want to shove my cock in your ass and pull it out and let you suck the anal juice off my dick. What do you think of that?" And she's like, "Well, take that dick out and try me." He's like, "Well, put my cock in your mouth? Is that what you mean?" He's like, "If we have to start that way, sure." He's like, "All right, take this, you mall whore." And it's the most ridiculous dialogue.
They say
ever.
They say the lines like completely as fake as hell.
Yeah.
Like it's the worst acting ever.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Imagine a dude working and he's like a manager and he's talking to someone hella pissed off because the dude fucked up. Like he runs like an automotive place and the guy fucked up a car or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how he was talking to her. But he flexed on her. It's funny as hell.
Do you know that El Presador interviewed a porn star?
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, she was a porn. She's like only like 18 or 19 or something. She was a porn star for like a year, and then she like got out of it.
Got out of that
right away.
Yeah.
And she was like, she wanted to do YouTube, but they only know her as like a porn star. So she started making gaming videos or whatever. And this bitch is hot.
Right
like,
on.
Like she's super hot. And her name's Jessica Rhodes, and I don't know how El Presador hooked it up, but he hooked it up, and yeah.
I would love to interview some porn stars.
You know what El Presador said in the interview? It was kind of funny. He goes, "Yeah, I'm not really into porn." He's like, I'm not into it. People think I'm weird, but I'm not into it. I just want to do it.
He wants to do it.
Yeah, he's like, and then he said some comment. He's like, "Yeah, you're sexy as hell when you're shaking your ass." It's fucking. It's typical.
El Prez.
El Prez.
That's awesome.
It was like El Prez was like playing hard to get as when it comes to like the porn fanboy when he was interviewing the porn star.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, you know that whole thing that you're known for doing? Yeah, I'm not into it."
Why? You know what though? Why couldn't I interview porn stars? Like I follow.
They would love being interviewed, and they'd love doing dual commentaries on your channel, and you probably get a shitload of views. I don't see. You need a manager, dude.
I could hit up porn stars. Like, why couldn't I?
Yeah, because you don't. I don't know. You just need.
I just can't.
I forgot we're doing the podcast, but
no worries. But like, I follow some porn stars that I'm a fan of, and I guarantee you that like a lot of times I have way more followers
have
than they
them
do.
come on, bring them on to Skype. I don't see why you don't get them to come on this show too. On top of that,
I don't know if porn stars are gonna be interesting for a whole podcast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's
like,
true.
What do you talk about with porn stars? You know what I mean, like how to take a dick or like I don't.
I mean, all right. So
some of them are actually interesting.
Here's the thing that I hate about porn stars. All right, so a porn star gets on and they're like on PK or fucking someone from the gaming community is interviewing them. And they're like, so how did you get started?
Yeah.
And what is your worst scene? And what is your favorite scene? Have you ever had an orgasm? When it's the same questions.
Yeah.
It's things that they're gonna ask. I think it would be funny as hell to have like a porn star on and talk to the bitch about like Pokemon. Like, that shit would be hilarious.
Talk about everything but the typical question.
Porn.
Yeah, but porn.
Yeah, like, just be like, okay, former porn star, and then just talk about anything but porn.
Yeah.
That would be so fucking cool. That's what I want from it.
Dude, when I've talked about this before, when I follow some porn stars on Twitter, a lot of times they're, like, retired.
Yeah.
And because you're not, like, your stay in porn is not that long. You know what I mean? Like, a person's reign in porn is only for so many years.
Right.
And some of them get ragged real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they're tweeting about like their day and how they went to the store and how parking's a bitch. And I'm just like, you're supposed to be like a porno girl. Like I'm thinking like you should just put up pictures of your snatch or something. Like but people live normal lives, but after porn.
Remember when X-Jaws was dating the porn star?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that ended.
Oh.
Yeah. He actually was like trying to help her, and she was like not having it. She was
Did X-Jaws make this public?
Oh yeah, he made it public.
He made it public. Okay. I wanted to make sure.
It's nothing that like we can't. I mean, I don't know if you'd care if we talked about it or whatever, but the thing is that she decided she was still gonna do porn, and then Sam was like, "Nah, we're gonna cut it off."
Yeah, you don't
because he was trying to get her out of porn.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, I don't know, like I remember being a kid and like getting like $2,000, and that is like insane. Like having 2K in your hand when you're like 19 years old is the most amazing thing in the world. So I imagine for these like young porn stars that are doing shoots or whatever for like 5K or whatever they're getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's got to be so ridiculous.
Porno dudes don't get paid shit unless they do the gay stuff, right?
I wouldn't fucking do any of that shit.
No, I wouldn't do any of the gay stuff either, but like
I wouldn't be a porn star.
Huh?
I wouldn't be a porn star.
Why not?
It's fucking, dude, you're like kind of like fucked up for life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just limit yourself to so much shit. I don't know.
Well, I mean, some people are porn stars and then they like, get out of it and they use a different name and then that's it. But I don't think you could be a famous porn star, you know?
Yeah.
So, plus it's like, what do you put on your resume, you know?
You're only known for that. Like, look at Ron Jeremy. Like, yeah, he still gets invited to, like, some of this shit, but...
C-list stuff, but...
Yeah, he's, like, fucking... I don't know. And he's creepy as fuck. Elkie David would always have him on, like, his fucking shows and stuff.
Yeah.
They wanted to bring Ron Jeremy out for one of our gaming things, and I'm like, fuck no. Like, no. You're gonna fucking want the old fucking creepy dude that's still fucking making video. I don't know. There's, like, Ron Jeremy fans out there.
Yeah.
And they, like, want to see this dude that's, like, 60 years old, like, bang 18... Yeah. He's old as shit. They want to see him, like, bang 18-year-old girls and shit.
Oh, no. He always seemed like a novelty, you know?
I don't know.
I don't really know, like, dude actors, so that's, like... Think about that. That's how famous Ron Jeremy is. He's actually a dude actor that's known. Like, I think it's kind of gay when people, like, bring up names of porn stars and they bring up like the dude's name. I'm like, how do you know the dude's name? That's fucking weird.
Yo, you want to hear the funniest shit of why this girl got into porn that Al Prestor interviewed?
What?
She said that she got into porn because she wanted to party all the time and she didn't have money.
Yeah.
She was like,
that lifestyle is there. You know what I mean?
She's like, I did porn so I could party.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds fucked up, but like, no one's getting into porn and thinking, okay, I'm just going to ride this porn tip for 5 years and retire. Like, no, they fucking live a fast life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she was bitching. She said that Google was ranking her shit low because she was a porn star. That was her reason for not succeeding on YouTube.
Well, first off, to all up-and-coming porn stars out there, make your name easy. Don't make it fucking with I's and X's and all this dumb shit. Make yourself brandable.
Well, here's the
Don't do a name like Brandy because there's like 7 different ways to spell Brandy.
Here's the other shocking thing for porn stars, which they need to understand. When you're going and freaking doing porn, that's going to appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
When you put yourself out there and you're just trying to be a normal person and trying to do YouTube, that's not going to appeal to everyone like you sucking a dick or whatever. You know, like it's just I know they're like kind of like heartbroken because they're like, I'm not getting the fame I was getting when I was like, you know, doing it's because you're doing porn.
Yeah.
That's why they don't like you.
That's fucked up, but it's true though.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen a lot of porn stars come onto YouTube and try to do stuff in the last couple years, and the same thing with the ex wrestler. What was his name? The dude that I don't get along with, Katera.
Katera,
Yeah, that dude just fell apart, gone, done.
I don't follow wrestling, but how popular was Katera?
Now, actually, he wasn't popular at all, but the gaming community was treating him like he was like a superstar. He was on Monday Night Raw one time.
Okay.
So it was like he was literally like a
And
Randy.
don't fucking attack me or Keem because we don't know the facts about him. I'm sorry, but like I just wanted to get a frame of reference on like how popular he was. You know what I mean? Like if The Rock were to try to come in, well, Rock's already in movies, but like I'm trying to think of what the most famous wrestler that didn't start making movies. Because now wrestlers just start making movies. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I was gonna say Ronnie Piper, but he was in a bunch of movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, do you know that there was this one story that Ronnie Piper told, and it's the fucking greatest story ever? He's like, one time, you know, him and Andre the Giant and a couple guys, they were out at a bar, you know,
Yeah.
and fucking, you know, they're drinking, putting a couple back. Andre walks in, right? And
That's a big dude.
these young college kids are like, you know, fuck you, Andre the Giant, blah, 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 and he's just ignoring them, right? Because they're trying to, like, get him going because Andre the Giant played a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Guess one of these college kids ends up throwing a beer at him.
Okay.
And then they run out and try to get in their car to take off real quick.
Yeah.
So there's like out the door. They end up catching them, right? And standing behind their car so they can't back up. Andre the Giant comes out. He fucking grabbed the front of the car and flipped it over.
That's so cold.
Flipped it over.
That's so cold.
And then went back in the bar and just started drinking again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, it's okay.
Can you imagine
First
that?
off, one thing, you saw the picture of me next to like Dame Drops, right? Dame Drops is a YouTuber that does like food reviews and stuff like that, right? That is a big fucking dude. That like he is a tall, big ox of a motherfucking dude, right?
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big dude, but like there's some dudes that are like big dudes, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times when they go out, it's kind of scary. And the reason why here's the thing. Back home, like if I were to go into a bar, right? And I'm starting to get like white girl wasted. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting wasted. A lot of times the bar is kind of scared because like you're a big fucking dude and you're getting drunk like you're a little kid or something.
Right.
So it's a liability. It's a problem. I went out. This dude I used to work with, he was Tonganese. Mm-hmm. Okay, and those dudes are they're like
jacked.
They're like Samoan but bigger. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like they're fucking big. We went out with him and he had like fucking like 5 brothers, right?
Uh-huh.
We went out with like 3 of his brothers and me, and I'm talking about I look small next to these dudes.
Right.
And when these dudes were like, "Do you want a beer?" They ordered. I was like, "Yeah, I'll take a beer." They ordered 5 pitchers of beer, and each one of them was just holding it, sitting there drinking it. And he gave me a pitcher like that. He's like, "What do you want, a straw or something?" I'm like, "You can't drink. You can't drink beer out of a pitcher." Like that's like when I started bouncing. That's one rule that I learned even before bouncing. I learned it super quick because you can't just be sitting there like. If you're young and you're 21, you go to a bar and you think you're fucking all cool and you order a pitcher and you're just drinking from the pitcher, the fucking bouncer or a bartender's like, knock that off. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't serve a whole pitcher, but he was just like, what are they going to do, you know?
Yeah.
And so we sat there and I'm thinking like, dude, if I was a bouncer, like I remember the UW football team.
I always wondered that. If you're a bouncer at a club
Yeah.
and all of a sudden like giant motherfuckers walk in, that's got to be frightening as fuck.
It is frightening. It is frightening. I've literally the UW football team, like some of the people from the UW University of Washington football team came into our bar, and these were fucking big yoked motherfuckers.
I know you want to know the rest of the story, but you're going to have to remember that this show runs on your likes and your comments.
Okay, bam. These dudes came in, and I'm the only bouncer there. You know what I mean? And so they come in, and I'm like, I gotta check their IDs, and I'm like, I know you guys probably aren't gonna start anything, but like, please be cool. You know? And they all kind of laughed about it because they're like, no, you're a big dude, like slap me. I'm like, oh shit. You know? But I'm just like, because with a situation like that, you almost don't want to have them drink. Like I'm like, dude, please, like if they're ordering drinks and shit and they're getting like a little fucked up,
like no shots.
No, yeah, don't get too fucked. I asked him like, is there any like drink that you know you shouldn't have? For me, no tequila. Do not give me tequila. I feel like shit in the morning.
Vodka. I can't do vodka either. I'm gone.
So I think everyone has their drink that they like, but also you have your drinks that you say, hey, no, don't do. And the reason why you have to let that be known is because, like, I might be kicking it with Hex. And Hex is a Patron guy.
Oh, my God. Hex and the Patron.
Now, I'm a Jaeger guy, right?
Yeah.
So if I buy a round, it's some Jaeger bombs, and people are like, "Oh, I can't do it." Like Fwiz is taking Jaeger bombs with me, but a lot of times Fwiz is like, "Dude, I don't want to. Like, put that away." And I'm the same. I could drink so many Jaeger bombs, but then once I take that Patron shot, I feel like throwing up.
Dude, the Patron shots from the Optic Hex is deadly. It's deadly.
Yeah,
it's deadly.
I saw this one time. He made a tweet on his birthday. And this dude said that the bar he was at didn't have Patron, so they let him go to a liquor store and buy a bottle of Patron and bring it to the bar.
No, that's cool that we've done that before. We've went there and they had no Red Bull and we had to go pick up Red Bull.
Yeah, but that's not bringing the booze to the bar, though. You know what I mean? Think about that. I've always wondered about that. Like, how much is bottle service where you actually bring your own bottles to the club?
Yeah.
I know it's expensive, but it doesn't make any sense because they charge you a lot for your own bottle. Like, you bring your own booze, but they charge you for it.
You know what I think would be a really, really cool thing?
What?
What if they made, like small little halls to have parties that can hold, like, maybe 50 people, but that's it? Because, you know, all these halls are, like, ginormous, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to rent one, let's say we threw a party, right, and we went to rent a hall,
it's
thousands of dollars, right? Well, why isn't there, like, little fucking halls that are fancy as shit that look like fucking nightclubs that you can just rent out for a certain amount of time with staff and make it fucking like affordable?
Because I don't think you can. I think in order for a bar to make money, it needs to be open every day. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about renting it out like private.
I understand what you're saying, but I think like to have the bar space and to make it profitable, you need to have it operational. And if you rent it out, there's going to be times when people aren't using it. You know?
We're going to be right back after this piss.